is just fantastic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm going to start by apologising. It's been 14 days since our last hit of Foodie Beauty and of course Amber Lynn, but the landscape of commentary is quite quiet. So I have very little recourse when I'm an active channel, when there's nothing for me going on, but to revert back to where I can go, especially when I see a little hypocrisy. And yes, I'm very much aware about Amber Lynn Reid's new hate boner for her former friend. We're instead going to go with the fake dieter who has a resolution for the year that's even on her thumbnail, this thumbnail, clearly a form of bait. Now it is titled,
Eat dinner with me, healthy fish and rice meal in Kuwait.
You'll notice the like to dislike is visible, and she only just has more dislikes. But her video isn't doing that well on viewership. That is a growing trend with Chantal. More and more of the haters are no longer as visible or present. Many prefer to watch through the members and the participants of World. Totally fine, not my place to judge. But this is the economy she's created, which means in turn, her channel is going to continue to suffer. The comments, as always, heavily regulated on her channel, but the most prevailing theme about it is if you're going to eat healthier, the portion of certain aspects of this meal, the size of which, is not going to do you much in the way of favours. So let's dive right in.
And action! Hi guys, I'm kind of hyper, and you're gonna get it. Alright, so today for dinner we have a repeat, okay? I know.
Considering all you are as a mukbang channel, there are only a finite number of combinations of food you can go with, even in a place like Kuwait, where there are more exotic options available to you. And you are going to, because creature of habit and because you're going to try to, briefly, keep this resolution, you are going to have to repeat certain meals. It's the conversation that matters though, right?
See if you can guess.
I'm going to guess, because of this thumbnail, that it's not the slop that was doing its rounds on Twitter that looked like someone had taken a number of twos and put them on your plate. One having eaten more spinach and the other eaten more, well, something unhygienic.
Look at this little container of rice. I love it. Portion control.
If you don't mind me asking, where might I find the portion control? I won't deny, one of those containers of rice I will happily eat on my own, but I won't eat anything else because that would fill my stomach. So where is the portion control? Is it by chance at the end of the mukbang, when you claim you won't eat the rest, like Amber does, which would be a lie? Now typically for any normal adult, half a cup of rice, if it's white rice, is what you should have, realistically. If it's others like basmati or jasmine, you go down to a quarter cup, for a serving that is. Because of your quarter-ton princess status, I can believe that you're using this as your half-cup measurement, and if you intend to stick this diet out, which I don't believe you will, but I would want you to, you will reduce that portion size down as time goes by. Rice is rather good like pasta, at bulking out the stomach, padding it even, without adding too much substance beyond the phenomenal amount of carbs.
I have grilled fish. I know you're looking at me, Julia. My cat loves fish.
So this is a query more from my chat. You see, you said you weren't going to do takeout, yet both these meals are being served in takeout dishes. Now I don't know if that's customary in Kuwait. I still think it's a bit of a cheat, but you're being pedantic enough, or using semantics I guess, to argue that because it's healthier food, arguably healthier food anyway, that this is acceptable takeout. I don't know why you don't cook the fish yourself. I don't know why you don't cook the rice yourself. The simplest of things take time and can be done well with practice. Preparation work is important too. If you really don't know how to do something, YouTube tutorials are quite handy. In this instance, I don't understand why you don't do it, and I want to know from my chat if this counts as takeout, and by extension, an extension of her laziness.
Obvious, she's a cat, so she's gonna like it. With marinated eggplant. Oh my gosh, I love this stuff. Typically you would eat it with this warm, like just made now bread, the eggplant, but I think I'm gonna eat it with the rice. I've had enough bread today, so I had bread with breakfast.
How much bread did you have? Because if you're trying to portion control, it's all well and good doing it based on meals, but you also need to consider the amount of each type of food you're eating. In this instance, carbohydrates. For you, you love your carbs. In fact, you have more energy when you've got all the carbs in your system, which is totally fine if you're active, but you're not, which means you're a problem in this respect. So how much bread did you have, and why are you now having a second meal with more carbs? Surely a slightly keto diet would do you better. And yes, I know I've said many times it's not about the diet, it's about the change in lifestyle. For her, it needs to start with baby steps in her 40s.
Oh, and some wonderful greens. Yes. Yum.
I love that she couldn't maintain the energy that she had for the marinated aubergine and the rice for the green crab. I guess it wasn't the kind of green she likes, am I right, folks?
Yeah, they just started giving smaller rice portions.
I could believe that the reason you have a smaller rice portion is because your DoorDash delivery dude, conveniently called Salah, got you a half-sized portion, and you're trying to be a little bit passive-aggressive.
Let me try it with rice. And maybe some tahini. Bismillah. Beauty bite. No way. That's bussin'.
Something that has become a recurring joke in my end-of-year reviews is that Chantal doesn't really chew her food that much. With rice, it's almost treated as if it's like rice pudding. You don't necessarily need to chew it, because it's soft enough, but for her, it could be, well, still in the packet, and I'm pretty sure she'd drink it like a milkshake. So if you get bored, do count the chews. She puts more effort into some things than others, but she will intentionally choose foods that are easier to get down without having to chew as much. I mention it because when she rushes her food, she makes herself hungrier sooner. You take your time with your food, chances are you won't get as hungry as often, because you know you're letting your body work as opposed to pushing it all through and then it comes out the way it looked when you took it down.
0 sugar.
Now this is true. Coke Zero does in fact have 0 sugar, but it is sweetened with a blend of aspartame and acesulfame potassium, which is ACE K. Just in case you want the science behind it, I'll do it another time.
Let's crack some lemon onto this fish. So this meal is $1.5 kg.
Not gonna lie, had she not put the currencies on the screen, I would have believed she said 1.5 kg. I know fish isn't that heavy, generally, but without knowing currency exchanges, I would not have known.
Very nice and affordable. Very nice and tasty.
Yes, the look on your face certainly reeks of someone who's enjoying their meal. Now, to point out an obvious, the reason she's highlighting this is because many believe that her money is starting to run out. There are only so many credit cards and loans that Foodie Beauty can take. I could honestly believe she'll take them out in other people's names in the future. So she is now highlighting this isn't overly expensive as a way of saying, yeah, I've got money. I can afford this. Do it for the mukbangs you've done before, because we can be certain based on how much you actually earn on live streams, you're really not.
Like,
just in case anyone's keeping count, yes, that was 5 chews to get a, let's say, 2 spoonfuls mouthful into her one mouth.
I'm really trying to like balance out what I eat. So that's why I love fresh fish. What about you guys? So I thought while I'm picking apart a fish, having dinner with you guys, I thought I would. Where's my hot sauce?
No mukbang would be complete without unnecessary moaning. No mukbang would be complete without me having to cut out phenomenal amounts of dead air, but leaving some in just to aggravate my audience a little. Sorry guys, not sorry. No mukbang would be complete without Chantal being incoherent whilst trying to claim she's doing better or trying to do better.
Talk to you guys about something. So I'm gonna keep trying to not eat.
Oh, we should stop the video there then, shouldn't we? You failed at this one. I know I'm cutting in to be a dick. Imagine my shock. Meg's a bit of a knob.
Fast food. And I'm certainly not going to eat. I'm going to try to limit my junk.
And this is the part where Salah was eternally grateful that you would stop with the junk. Your junk. Giving him your junk. Yes, I made that joke too. We are quite, low grade here. You're welcome. I don't believe for a moment you'll be able to keep this for too long. You say limit. How much you limit by is what will define you, as it were. In the past, and last year especially, you'd start a diet and within one day you would have quit it. I could believe you will continue to do that in 2025 after a week this time, and then you'll just forever give up, to start again in 2026, as if nothing happened.
One of our favorite repeat meals, that's why, you know, there's a lot of videos of me eating this. I'm going to save a little bit for Harry.
I can be certain some pounced on this part, because I thought the hamster had passed by saying that fish is not suitable for hamsters. It's not a part of their normal diet, but you can, every so often, because they're omnivores, give them meat products. There are other foods that you really shouldn't give them, certain fruits, chocolates. There are many actual foods they can't have, or should not have, because it's not good for them. But this small bit of fish is fine. And I say this as somebody who grew up with gerbils, I grew up with hamsters, teenage years and young adult years I had rats. I'm very much aware what you should and shouldn't have, because it turns out I did the one thing she's never done, and that's research into these kind of topics.
So yeah, there is healthy takeout you can get like this.
But let's face it, takeout is still bad. You should never use it even as a healthy alternative. You should seek to make it all yourself. Go to the markets, buy the ingredients, and learn to make them. I know that convenience makes it easier for you, because you'll never be able to make it as well. But there are tutorials. You can learn. You can practice. In fact, that would be a vlog people would watch. Well, some would. Rather than you turning up with your takeout trays because you can't be asked to do the washing up. But you're more than happy to fill up the bag under your table with kitchen roll from wiping your hands constantly because you can't be asked to use a knife and fork like a civilized human being. In before someone says cultural practices, I don't care. I'm English, we use a knife, fork, and various numbers of spoons. On our beige food, of course.
But anyway, I have to, man, you know? I can't give up. So, that's why I don't want to do fast food mukbang. Just want to eat dinner with you guys, but something healthier.
Would I be right to assume that this would happily coincide with a certain dealer friend of yours that likes chicken sushi, striking channels that would ordinarily be reacting to your content, which means you're not going to get any of the passive views, which would explain why your views aren't that good right now, although they are, I believe, on Kick, because it does seem somewhat coincidental that you're not being as controversial on purpose. Although, that said, you know the only way you're going to succeed is to build up the drama, which means you're going to from time to time present content like this as if you're cookie cutter and all reformed, like a good revert. And then one day you're going to unlive, you're going to blow up, and that is going to create what you need for that short-term gratification. That was 4, by the way, if you ignore the initial putting into mouth.
Sorry for the messiness and finger licking, but so yeah, I did have the Hardee's in my live stream. Now, the chicken and rice I had, I don't consider that really the kind of fast food I'm trying to avoid.
You can try and play this any way you like, dress it up any way you want, but anytime you acquire food from a place that is renowned for fast food, or is fast food because you've taken it from them, it is therefore not healthy food. Don't try and be cute about this. I'll say this to anyone that tries to. I don't care what you think, make it yourself, you lazy bastard. This isn't overly difficult, and since we know what she likes, basically baby food, because then her fake teeth don't have to do much work, you know that this is cheating regardless. And the fact you did it on live when you were trying so desperately in videos to present yourself as someone that isn't eating takeout is adorable when you're doing it while eating food that is by definition a form of takeout.
Like, since when is chicken drumsticks fast food?
When it comes from a place that looks like this.
Like, they do serve fast food at that place, but like, they also serve grilled chicken and salad and stuff, so.
So I'm going to end this video here, because she's trying to use mental gymnastics to justify still ordering takeout from a takeout place because it's healthier takeout to the standard takeout she usually orders. Which makes sod all sense, and I could honestly believe hidden under her table along with that rubbish bag is a bonus sandwich anyway, because that's what Chantal is, a liar and a hypocrite. If you're trying to genuinely be healthier, the best way to do it is to remove yourself from takeout. As someone that doesn't eat takeout that often, I can promise you it's really good for you when you make the food yourself. As a final thing, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch tonight. If you're interested in some trucking simulator driving stuff, swing by and join us. It'll be in the link in the pinned comment down below. If I don't see you there, have a wonderful day, and thank you all very much for listening.